Hello, good morning. So the other day at church, one of the pastors was preaching and these words came into my head. And I've entitled my message today, "Are you looking for my flaws? Put me under a magnifying glass and you will see my wrinkles." You know, when we come to Christ, we must realize that most of the world and not all of our family is going to like us and accept us anymore. In Mark 6:4, Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his hometown and among his own relatives and in his own household." Jesus, who was flawless, was not accepted in his hometown and by some of those in his own household. Why would we think that those of us who have flaws and wrinkles would be accepted by everyone? We can't expect that in our walk with God. Many from our past, including sometimes even Christians and family members, are often looking for us to say or do something that is wrong so they can point a finger at us or bring condemnation and associate us with our past instead of our present. They are waiting sometimes just for us to mess up so they can do that. But in reality, they are rejecting Jesus Christ himself instead of us because they are not walking with him, or they are not walking with him as well as they should be or need to be. I am human, and so are you. Jesus died for our past sin and all of our sin in the future. Because the only perfection there is in us is God himself. That is our only perfection. You know, my daddy used to do that to my mom. He couldn't see, when she came to Christ, he couldn't see the wonderful Christian woman she was and the things that she did, and he watched for her flaws. And then as he began to walk with Christ, he realized those things that he loved in me were the very things he should have loved in my mom. But by then, she had gone to be home with Jesus. But until people are walking with Christ, unless they're walking with Christ and walking a good walk close to Jesus, they're going to see those things we don't do right instead of seeing all those good things that we do, all those ways that we show Jesus is in us. I have family that treats me like an outcast, and I am sure you do too. Like I say, if you are looking for my flaws, just put me under a magnifying glass and you will see my wrinkles. We must also remember that some of these people are the very ones that Jesus talks about in Matthew 10, verse 16 through 23. And Jesus says, "Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be as wary as serpents and as innocent as doves. But be on guard against people, for they will hand you over to the courts and flog you in their synagogues. And you will even be brought before governors and kings on my account," he says, "as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles. But when they hand you over, Do not worry about how or what you are to say, for what you are to say will be given to you in that hour. For it is not you who are speaking, but it is the Spirit of your Father who is speaking in you. Now brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all because of my name, but it is the one who has endured to the end who will be saved. But whenever they persecute you in one city, flee to the next. For truly I say to you, you will not finish going through the cities of Israel until the Son of Man comes. Thank you, and thank you for listening. God bless you.